Good day. So, we have come to the last of the programs that I will be doing in Sinhala because now from next Wednesday we are shifting to teaching every single grammar lesson that we learned in Sinhala in English. So, what will happen is I will choose the same poem, maybe I will add something new as well, but teach you how to use that poem when you try to teach or learn grammar. So, it will be helpful for the students, and I think it might also be helpful to teachers if they want to see how they can use literature in the teaching of grammar. Now, last time I said I will speak about two things that we are trying to do at our university to see how we can give chances for learners to practice English. Because many people, many teachers, especially like people who are trying to teach English as a second language, tell their students to somehow use the language, practice, find friends and speak it, so that you only learn through usage, not notes, not by memorizing of words, right? It's only through use that you can actually produce and become proficient in a particular language, and it's a process. You make mistakes first, but you correct it and you go make other mistakes, but you correct it. It's a long process based on usage. Now, one of the things we sometimes forget or the students tell us is, look, you tell us to practice, but where do we practice? We have no friends who can actually help us practice the language. So, taking this into consideration, one thing that we did, and the university gave permission to that, and it happens through the campus, we set up a project called the Bhasha Buddy project. The Bhasha Buddies project is a platform which brings people proficient in English together with people who need practice, and we do it through texting. The campus gives us a SIM, which is a special number just for the buddies, and it has a web page through which applicants can apply for this service, and we bring them together. And someone who needs practice will have a friend, a buddy. Buddy means friend. A friend who is there just to provide one-to-one practice sessions. Now, we started with having 1 hour per week, so that within that hour, somebody who wants someone to practice producing English has a human being replying and having a conversation with him or her. Now, one thing that we need to, we are also learning while it's a very new project. But we started with 10, and through this absolutely wonderful series of friends I had, a group of friends I had who volunteered their services, we have grown nearly to 100. It's still not enough because we got more than 300 applications, and the original plan was to give each applicant a 3 months one-to-one texting sessions once a week, so that some people are still waiting. They applied in July, we have not even said hello to them. So, we are learning in the job, and there are some things which we see which might make us tweak, like fine tune this program a little bit. One thing which was a bit sad and a bit depressing was, sometimes though people applied, they did not take it seriously enough to turn up in time for that hour in a very committed fashion, and that meant a lot of time being wasted. Another thing is, though they applied, even when we said hello, no one responded, because it always happens on WhatsApp. It's a WhatsApp group where text applicant, the buddy and a supervisor is watching. There is always somebody supervising the chat, and that supervisor is normally an ESL trained teacher normally. So, some people did not even respond, and I have a very bad feeling. Some people might think that you need to be good in English to respond. That's not the case. We set this up specifically for people who are not very good in English. So, if you feel bad about your level of English, please respond, please say hello, and with whatever language you have, talk to us, because that buddy will try to help you communicate. We don't promise that your English will become better, But slowly, if you can communicate with us once a week with whatever English you have, you might A, get the confidence, and B, improve even a little bit. So, in learning, remember, even a little bit is better than 0. You don't have to go from 0 to 100 to succeed. Going from 0 to 10, 0 to 5 is itself a success story when it comes to learning. So, please, if you have applied and if we have not, I know many of you are still waiting, don't think your English has to be good to respond to us. Go ahead, at whatever level we will try to handle it. There are many of us now, most are ELT, ESL teachers, some are heads of department, they don't know who this is, and we are used to handling people whose English is not what you call the standard. I spoke about standards in my first lecture, so I won't get into it here. Please do respond to us, and those who have really stayed with us a long time are those whose English is pretty good. We are very happy you are with us, please continue. But what I want to tell is, please do not think this is restricted to people who can, who are already good in English. If you are really scared, we made this project specifically for you, right? And since we have started, we made some amendments. One of those was, if you text us in time, properly, with commitment, when you put the hard work in, we then give you a speech practice lesson, which means we all have an email saying speech buddy some number at gmail.com. We send you a Zoom link with our names taken off, and we give you actual speech practicing with the cameras off. You still don't know who we are, but unless you recognize the voice. So, that also we have we have upgraded our program to that as well. Again, we find those who are pretty good in English are the ones who have taken that service. But remember, especially if you are not good, especially if you are scared, we really made this program for you. So, please do not hesitate to make use of us, right? Because this is what I want to tell you. If you are learning a language, do not think you can do it without a cost. There is always a cost involved. This service we are giving free, all of us are volunteers, but the cost is in the time you put in the energy you put in. You need to actually sit down and text in English. We don't have a magic wand to say, you were with us 3 months, here you know English. No. We are there as facilitators, the work has to be done by you. You need to set off that time, no matter how difficult life is. Unless it's an emergency, make the commitment to keep that hour free. Because I myself have gone through keeping that hour free and my applicant saying, sorry, I am busy right now. That's incredible sometimes. Because don't consider something given free as being useless. Sometimes the most precious thing might be free, but don't look down on it simply because it's offered free. So, if you have that commitment, if you are dedicated enough to actually work, we will try to facilitate a journey into a little bit more confidence, hopefully a little bit more improvement in your English. So, that's the Bhasha Buddy project. Find out about it. It's in our website of our faculty, the Humanities and Social Sciences faculty of the University of Jayewardenepura. And if you have already applied and are still waiting, please have patience. We are trying to see how to get to you soon. We might make it a quicker one-to-one contact, because some of the people who are still with us are pretty good in English. We might shorten it to a month or so by having, an intense, more than once a week program. I will let you know through the website if we make changes. That's one thing. Secondly, as I said, I am going to start giving the same grammar programs in English. But I will not be doing it through the campus channel. I will be starting a channel of my own, which the name you will find it in my Facebook page, which it's below this video, because I want to see whether I can create a small English learning community. I am going to link that channel to my Facebook education page, and also the English words that English grammar lessons that I am doing, I am going to give you exercises. Just a few, 1 or 2 questions, the answers for which I will be putting on my Facebook page. So, in that sense, I'll try to create a community, but there is this I have to mention, I may not have time to give one-to-one answers. If you have any questions, please ask publicly in my Facebook page and not as private messages, because then when I actually answer you, everybody will know something. That's the only request I have to make should you want to get into that the community of learners. Also, try and subscribe to my channel, because I also plan on having 4 more monthly programs. One is where I talk to writers, maybe about a book, maybe about their own journey about learning English, so that you will know. Hopefully, the interviews will be bilingual, sometimes only in one. So, some discussion. Secondly, I am hoping to translate a Sinhala short story every month, just like I did the poems here, but this time a Sinhala one into English, where I read the first chapter in Sinhala, then the first chapter in English. Like that we work through the short story. So, those who love literature can actually listen to this in both languages and maybe learn something again through immersion. The next program I plan is maybe take a famous or very well known or very significant article in English which concerns language learning and related issues, and explain that in simple Sinhala. Because one of the things I found quite sad is some of the most important discussions with regard to language use, with regard to standardization happens in English, while as the people who really need to know that is not among the English speaking crowd. So, I will try to in a little way address that problem by talking in very simple Sinhala about some significant work in English. So, please subscribe to that channel. The name I said will be on my Facebook page, which is given below this video. I am hoping to do it once a month, but if you have subscribed, you will get a notice saying this program is up now. Let us see whether this works. I can only try and help as many people if I do this publicly. So, that is why I am asking you, and I keep saying not individual questions, but let us try to help everyone together in one forum. So, those are the things that I have planned for the future of this program that I did in Sinhala. And I want to say before I conclude that I am extremely grateful to my university, the University of Jayewardenepura, and my dean, Professor Shirantha Heenkenda, the Dean of the Faculty of Humanities and Social Sciences, and Professor Hiran Amarasekara, who is the Executive Director of the digital education scene in this campus. They do a lot of work, especially during the pandemic season. It was his idea that, he said, let's do something within the pandemic time when no one can, go out, to help people with English. And Professor Shirantha Heenkenda, who said, please, let's do this. And there was absolute support extended to me to start this. And all the people at Japura Media, excellent young men and women who worked to make this a success. I am really grateful to them. So, thank you everyone if you had been here listening to the Sinhala programs. So, now from next Wednesday, we start in a different space our journey where I try to bring the Sinhala and the English cultural worlds a little bit even closer together. Thank you very much.